Peace, peace. Queen Neferso here to align those chakras. And we're going to move on to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is probably one of the toughest to work on because it's the middle chakra. So it's literally in between the psychic chakras that are heart chakra up and the grounding physical plane chakras, which are from the heart chakra down. So it's like the thread that holds together both spectrums of our chakras and both spectrums of our reality, our existence. So today I'm going to be showing off my kunzite. I wish you could see the color. Kunzite is such an amazing stone. I love it so much. Now, the heart chakra is obviously placed on the heart chakra. Sorry, I don't know why I blanked about that. It's located on your heart. It's where the heart space is, like in between the chest. The color is green, but the color can also be pink. Don't feel like holding the camera today, so yeah. The heart chakra is also affiliated with the lungs, so it deals a lot with breathing. So if you're having like asthma or issues breathing, or you don't breathe a lot, most likely that heart chakra needs a little opening or awakening. So a little bit about the heart chakra. It is also called anata, which means unstruck. So it's also affiliated with the element of air, again why it's affiliated with the lungs. Usually the chakras deal with the organs in its location, so you would think that the lungs is probably affiliated with the mouth or nose, so it'd probably be the third eye, but it's actually affiliated with the heart chakra. Let's see. It's also affiliated with Venus. You know, it makes sense since Venus is about love. And the interesting thing about me doing these videos so far, when I tell you synchronicity is a thing, as I work through each chakra and explain these videos, I'm also getting lessons about these chakras and learning more things about what I can clear, what I can work on, and what I can do to make my chakras more open and more functional. So it's really interesting, and a huge part of why I have each video so spaced out, because I'm literally going through the journey. I'm literally experiencing these different changes and applying these different things that I'm also telling you guys about, because I'm also learning while I'm teaching, and that's how it works. You know, you can't be the teacher always trying to teach a student. Sometimes the teacher has to be the student. So it's not about knowing everything, it's just about going with the flow and taking everything with a grain of salt. So the heart chakra is really affiliated with the earth chakras as well, because gardening, you know, nature is green, so you're absorbing that earthy vibe or that grounding feeling. So a huge part too, not just the root chakra, but the heart chakra plays a huge part in how grounded you feel. So now let's go into the different behavioral characteristics about the heart chakra. You have more capacity to love. You give more forgiveness and acceptance. Forgiveness is something a lot of people have issues with, because they feel like when someone does you wrong or someone does something mean to you or whatever the case is, that you have to let go or keep in mind what the person did and push them away. But forgiveness does not necessarily mean that you have to be okay with what the person did and have to take them back into your lives. What forgiveness really is doing, it's allowing you to let go of whatever circumstance or whatever emotional trauma that the situation or person has brought to you. So it's not about, oh, I'm sorry, or I forgive you, now let's be friends again. You don't necessarily have to speak to this person again. You don't necessarily have to deal with the circumstance again. What forgiveness really is just allowing you to release that energy, so you do not hold on to unnecessary energy or suppressed energy that you should have just let go of. It's about relating, relationships, connection. It's the center of awareness, again, because it's the middle chakra and it connects both ends of the spectrum. Also, integration of insight. A lot of people use different parts of their awareness to incorporate insight, which most people use the third eye. But different chakras also are capable and also have functions and memory and different information to give you. So don't just feel that information only comes from the mind or the third chakra or the crown. Information also comes from other chakras. Why they say too, your gut, which is located in your stomach, looks like a brain, so it functions like a brain, and it's because it is another brain, and it works and affiliates with the solar plexus. So like different chakras do still come with a lot of information. Each chakra still is a teacher that comes with different information. So don't just feel or think that information only comes in one sort of way. Information comes in a lot of different ways, to be honest, and it's just a matter of being observant. The more observant you are of each moment at a time, each circumstance, experience at a time, you learn so much and you gain so much insight, but depending on whatever it is. Some more characteristics are compassion, empathy, grieving, compassionate again, compassionate discrimination, harmony, peaceful way of being. So if it's hard for you to be okay with how people are or the different things that happen in your life, you're most likely dealing with a low heart chakra or imbalanced or closed chakra. Life is about not taking things personal, something I'm really learning to do as well, because one, I'm a Leo and I'm an empath, so sometimes I do misconstrue people's actions, just because I'm a strong believer of treat others how you would like to treat yourself. So it can get a little irritating when people tend to be inconsiderate to other individuals and to other people's feelings, because it's a kind of ruthlessness of just doing whatever the hell you want, and we're all connected, so we need to be more passionate and considerate about other people too, because how we treat people is a representation of you. Words of spells. I'm going to read this little paragraph really quick. The heart chakra is about connection and relating. While focusing on the heart chakra, the emphasis is on love, giving, and receiving, and how open we are in relationships. Love is the energy that helps transfigure emotions and experiences. It's an essential element of any relationship and relating. Love in the heart chakra is not just about romance, but about going beyond the limit of the ego and preoccupations with oneself into compassion and acceptance of all that is. The heart chakra is also a center through which we experience beauty in life. Seeing the world through a balanced fourth chakra is being in a state of openness, acceptance, and bringing us in touch with our world and ourselves in profound and fulfilling ways. So it's really important that we don't take things too seriously, because you miss messages, you miss lessons, you miss growth. And the more that you segregate yourself away from these lessons, you do kind of become pretty bitter. And why a lot of people choose to be emotionless and robotic and just like cold-hearted is because it's hard for some people to deal with all the things and emotional trauma that they've gone through. But I will tell you from personal experience, I've gone through some shit, and the only reason why I'm here today, still giving information, still being positive, and trying to help others, no matter how much others have destroyed me, dropped me down, broke me down, is because you have to understand that things cannot be taken personally. Other people's actions cannot be taken personally, because that person, characteristics are makeups of experiences that person has gone through. So again, like, you can't take it personal, because that person is reacting, responding, and creating an expression based on their experiences and circumstances. why sometimes you may not understand why somebody's treating you a certain way when you've done nothing to them. It's because of that. So I try to be as open-minded as I can and try not to take things to heart, literally, because that person just really needs love and light, and the reason why they're acting out on you is because you're the person that they've signed that contract with to send and receive that light between each other. Reasons why certain people come into your life at certain points, or why certain people come with like certain dramas or different things that they've gone through that they need help with, because you have signed that contract with that person to help them through that experience. So again, why you can't take a lot of things personally, because a lot of these things that we experience are a lot bigger than us. We sign these contracts and we create these bonds with people because we know that that person can help us, or that person has agreed to help us, or we've incarnated with each other in a past life, and based on that experience, whatever we were meant to learn in this life now, we agree to help each other again, but in a different way, for a different problem, or whatever the case is. So now let's move on to how we're affected on a physical level. So some gifts of a balanced and open heart chakra is a strong heart, healthy circulation, healthy immune system. So again, if you deal with a lot of allergies and you get sick a lot of that has to do with your heart chakra. Why gardening is called having like a green thumb, because it directly links to your heart. Like your ring finger, the vein leads directly to your heart. So you have to be very careful with your health and your heart chakra. So holding on to a lot of emotions, holding on to a lot of relationship trauma or circumstances or hurt, you're going to be somebody that gets sick a lot, because that emotion comes from a powerful place, because love is such a powerful thing that it's going to be the quickest manifestation to illness. Why the first thing you get is a cold or like bronchitis or whatever heart chakra related illnesses or colds or whatever the case is. Strong upper body, flexible upper back and neck, and high lung capacity. Some challenges of the heart chakra on a physical level is heart problems, as far as like heart disease, heart attack, pain in the upper body, back, neck, shoulders, and arms, tight muscles in the upper body, lung problems, underactive or overactive immune system. On a mental level, some gifts are you're more sociable, you combine reasons and emotions, you have the ability to see connections. So the heart chakra also plays a very huge role in your psychic abilities. So why it's really important that you don't hold grudges and you forgive and you let go of as much emotion as you can, because the heart chakra plays a really huge role in how you understand synchronicity or how you recognize synchronicity. Some challenges would be you're more critical, more demanding, you're a perfectionist, and you use only reason and intellect. So an open heart chakra is more a balance of accepting the all, and an imbalanced heart chakra is more about more segregated, delegated things. So why it works with more of the male, intellectual, and simple reasoning, or more focused reasoning, instead of working with the feminine and the masculine, where you have both capability of seeing connections and understanding and recognizing synchronicity. Now on an emotional level, some gifts is that you're more loving, compassionate, you have healthy boundaries with people, experiences, your job, self-loving, you're more empathetic, balanced emotionally, you're friendly, and you have healthy relationships. Some challenges is that you're more critical, judgmental of self and others, you're irritable, lack of compassion, jealous, codependent, cold in relationships, poor boundaries, overly sacrificing, and narcissistic. narcissistic. Tongue tying. Narcissistic. You guys know what I mean. On a spiritual level, the gifts are compassion, unconditional love, deep self-love, feeling of being a part of something larger. So that comes back to the connectiveness. So now you feel more a part of the collective because now you're absorbing and receiving more love instead of blocking it out. If you live in a reality where you don't give love, you don't give forgiveness, you don't give compassion, what you're telling the universe is to give you more reasons to lack it and and gives you more reasons to not be compassionate, not have love, not have healthy relationships. So you have to be very careful about this because it highly affects what you manifest and bring into your life and highly affects your type of relationships. It's also about being peaceful and serenity, sensing everything is interconnected. Some challenges is overwhelming grief, unable to see, feel, and connect with the greater life, stuck in the needs of lower chakras, loneliness, and isolation. I'm going to read this other passage that I have. The heart chakra color is composed of yellow and blue in equal parts. Green is the color of love. It is at the very center of your being, the heart center. Green is the energy of love and transformation. It allows you to transform your ego and the needs of your lower chakras and open up to love. To become more loving and compassionate, it is at the heart center where the energies of lower chakras, once the needs are fulfilled and satisfied, can be transformed and integrated into a more spiritual aspect of yourself. This is where you reach beyond yourself and connect with something greater, wider, and deeper. Green is the color of growth, life, and balance. Through balance, you find this center from which you can love, form healthy and nourishing relationships, and give and receive love. The energy of green is soothing and calming, like a blanket of soft grass underneath your feet. It is the color of nature, grass, and the trees. As you unfold the petals of your heart chakra, you find the seat of compassion, not only for others, but for yourself as well. You begin to radiate love. You begin to sense the interconnectedness of all of life. So, it's really, truly important that we learn to be open when it comes to the heart chakra, to love, to emotions. Because emotions, you got to remember too, is also connected to water. So if you're drinking a lot of water and you're not releasing emotions, you're actually allowing that water to flip into a more negative perspective. So instead of the water nourishing you, it's going to either feel like you can't consume it, or it's going to be hard to feel like you're feeling replenished. So it's really important that you work on expressing your emotions, you work on releasing that emotion, and you don't necessarily, again, have to speak to that person or keep that person in your life. Get a journal, write. Even if you want to type in your notepad on your phone, express yourself, release that, because you're going to put yourself in places where you can't manifest properly or you can't live life without drama. Again, water is liquid crystal, so it can be programmed. So if your emotions are not where it needs to be, imagine what that programming is going to do to the water. Why the moon controls the water. Moon is directly connected to emotions. So we have to take this really seriously and really work on ourselves and work on bettering ourselves and being more open and having more healthy relationships, because I swear it is so much better when you have that equal connection, that equal amount of peace and unity and serenity and compassion. So it also helps you go vegan. It also helps you go vegetarian, because now you're not only trying to make yourself healthy and make yourself better, but now you're going to have more compassion for animals, and that compassion towards animals is going to also help you stay consistent with being vegan. And I'm so proud and happy to say that January 1st made me 4 years off of meat and 1 year vegan. So I took it slow. I went pescatarian first, and then I went vegetarian, and then I finally had the balls to go vegan. The problem with me though wasn't that I couldn't go vegan. It was just that because I was pretty much vegan when I was vegetarian. I just love pizza. And it took me a while to freaking find out that there's all these places in New York that has vegan pizza. So, yeah, I was kind of highly upset about that. So, I'm going to Ralph you guys in 7-day vegan challenge. You need to go alkaline and plant-based. You will see a huge change and shift in your emotions and your capability of love. And if you live in Brooklyn or if you live in New York, some really nice places to go for vegan food is Natural Blend if you want more Caribbean style. That's located in Bushwick. There's B-Spot. They have lasagna and bottomless mimosas with freshly squeezed natural orange juice. First of all, I'm going on a sobriety, so I'm not going to have any mimosas, but there's also a couple pizza spots in Brooklyn as well. There's some spots in the city. There's V-Life in the city. Something by Chloe, or I think it's just by Chloe. That one's pretty good. We also have Daddy Greens if you want pizza too. They make a big pie of vegetable mix, but they also sprinkle fresh basil on top, and I swear to God, that pizza is the bomb. If you're looking for jackfruit and you live in Brooklyn, take your ass to Toadstyle in Brownsville on Ralph Avenue. They have jackfruit. They have barbecue pulled pork jackfruit, and it's to die for. So go get that. Start changing your diet, guys, and really getting it as clean as possible. Being vegan don't necessarily mean that you're healthy, so it's more about going on a plant-based alkaline diet. If you want to look more further into that, look up Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi has the best information about this transition. He gives you a lot of information without really giving you too much, just enough that the average person can understand and be able to incorporate the lifestyle into their diet. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the other chakra videos as well. Can't wait for us to get to the crown and really just complete this journey. Glad that you guys are sticking with me and enjoying these videos. I'm getting better. As you can see, like, I'm working on the chakras before I do that chakra, so probably why my expression, my throat chakra, is like on beast mode today, because I went through a lot of heart chakra stuff before this video, so now my energy is already reflecting and working on the throat chakra. So, which may happen to some of us sometimes, especially if you're like hybrids or very highly sensitive to energy people. You're going to feel the energetic shifts before it actually happens. So, like, full moon, retrogrades, all of that, I feel it before it happened. So, I already know, like, the prediction or what's going to happen pretty much when those shifts come around. So, have a great day, family. Peace.